Hi, you guys. I want to talk about why we choose toxic partners, love interests, boyfriends, girlfriends, etc., husbands and wives, even, and how not to ever do that again. So, the why of it is pretty clear and simple, but the how to change is a little bit more complicated. So, let's get aside the why. And that's usually because that's what was modeled to us by our parents or caregivers. So either their relationship was toxic or the way they treated us was more of a conditional, not unconditional love scenario. So we were treated in a way that did not show us what real love was. So we either were made to feel that we had to behave a certain way to receive love. Some of us, others, not myself, but some of us had to even lie to not receive punishment, and that became a bad habit. Others would avoid pain by doing things like disappearing. Others would try harder to please the never satisfied mother or father, and they would just give. And so these are reasons why people have bad patterns and then end up attracting others who are also unhealed to themselves. So if they were abused in any way or neglected in any way, then it just stands to reason that that's what they think of as love, right? So if that's what you knew as love growing up, then that's clearly what you're going to think is love when you meet someone. Your unhealed self is going to recognize the unhealed self in the other person, and then it'll be like a magnet. Okay, so obviously we don't want to do that anymore. So you don't want to be this unhealed person walking around thinking that, boy, it would be great to actually meet a person who doesn't end up being very hurtful and unloving, right? So how do we do it? The how is what I want to focus on. So it could also be like that you lost parents, that they died, so you didn't really have someone who was loving you growing up, or maybe at a very young age, a boyfriend or girlfriend hurt you and broke your heart. So these are other reasons we can carry those painful feelings that we're not worthy of love, or that the love that we have will always feel this way and it's bad. So that when something feels kind of bad, you think it's normal initially until it gets really bad. So how do we stop that? And it's such a simple thing. I'm not going to talk for hours here. I'm just going to tell you straight up. It is true. Drum roll. It is. What do you guys think? It's truly just self-love. Honestly, it is bottom line self-love, but that's needing to be unpacked a little bit more too. So self-love is not just like you looking in the mirror and saying, I love you and you're beautiful, go get a massage or do your hair or something. I mean, those things are nice, don't get me wrong. I enjoy massage often, but I'm just saying that it's other stuff too. It's truly dealing with the unhealed parts of yourself in therapy with a very good therapist, in talking it out and letting it come to the surface. And also never accepting less than in your life again. So if you start to date someone and they're just kind of reminding you of what you had in the past, like it's time to say goodbye. No, absolutely not. So if someone is making you feel that, you could, of course, look at yourself and say, well, is that me? Or it's not them, but you know the difference, right? So if you're coming together with someone you might be initially attracted to, but they have this kind of way of triggering you, you shouldn't be feeling triggered by a person. You should be feeling comfortable, right? Supported. And some people say, well, that's boring. Okay, well then keep on going with your drama self and that'll inevitably fall apart within a year to two max. That's how it goes. So, like if you actually look inside, you do the work, you get the therapist, you start loving yourself, and that also entails you feeding your body healthy foods, working out, buying yourself some new outfits, right? doing things that are good for you, feeling good for you. When someone asks you to do something that you actually don't want to do, you don't just say yes because you feel like, well, I don't want to disappoint them. No, you actually care about yourself first. And if you don't want to do it, you simply say, I'm sorry, that's not going to work. Period. You don't have to explain yourself, right? Now, there's some people who go above and beyond, and there's other people who've been damaged in their childhoods or whenever who avoid and who will just ghost and disappear. If you meet one of those, you need to run, because that is also, no matter how great you think they are in other ways, not going to work. And especially, you know, that if you've had past experience with a ghoster, right? It's like, that is not someone you need in your circle if you love yourself. Like, you would never put up with that. In the past, you might have put up with that. You might have been like, oh, that's okay. Like, he's going through something, whatever. So you're just like, whatever, I'll just go do other stuff and try to be understanding. Now, if that happens, it's like one and done. The point is that, like, you're not even looking for love when you self-love. You literally just start taking such awesome care of yourself that on some level, people are magnetized to you, and you get asked out a lot, actually. It's just so funny. When you shift your attitude, then things change. People can sense it. Like, you're not coming from a needy place. You don't need love. You don't. You're totally fine if you never, ever meet someone and have another relationship, a long-lasting relationship, or even date someone more than a few dates again. Or if you never even go out with anyone, you're completely fine. But the thing that happens is when you truly self-love, okay, you start taking care of yourself. And I'm not even talking about the exterior, okay? I'm not even talking about the exterior, because you could be the most gorgeous woman on the planet and you still get things done that are bad to you. You still could get cheated on. You could still get ghosted, manipulated, lied to, lied about. I mean, there are horrible people that live on this planet, predators that are evil. Trust me. And you wouldn't know because they're sociopaths, and sociopaths can lie. But when you love yourself, the minute one behavior, so you don't even have to worry about sociopaths anymore or narcissists, because the minute that one of those behaviors come out, because they'll test you to see how much you'll take, actually, and hoping that you're empathic and make excuses for them. So the minute that one of those things happen, you're out of there. So you don't even have to worry. It's just like, it's over. It's just done. Like, if you love yourself, why would you subject yourself to such treatment? If you love yourself, you know that there's like 8 billion people on the planet. Like, why would you settle for a loser who lies? Never. Okay? And so you move forward and you just have a great life. And again, you might have had a hard childhood. I'm sorry for you if you did. You might have had a young love that hurt you deeply, but you have to let go of those narratives inside and tell yourself that, you know what? You're an awesome person, period, as you are right now in this now moment. Your life is full and your life is rich. And so you need to just let it all go, all that past stuff go, and obviously learn from it. When the red flag comes up, you leave because you love yourself, genuinely love yourself now, whereas before you might not have loved yourself, but you do now. And that's what counts. And it's not just like going to the gym or getting your hair done. It's not stuff on the outer. It's more of a what you'll tolerate and what you won't, what you'll do and what you won't. And is it for, it's not selfish for you to say, no, I don't want to do that. I used to just acquiesce all the time, thinking that it was the kind thing to do for people, even friends, like, oh, sure, you know, we could go there, whatever. No, you know what? I have an opinion too. And no one likes a doormat, right? It's not very sexy. But the point is that when you actually love yourself more, you'll stop playing out those roles that you maybe had to play once upon a time. Things will shift because you've shifted. And then you're just going to have to be like, one date, okay, you know, I'll try it. 2 dates, maybe, you know, then it's in your court. Trust me. It's incredible how the shift happens once you truly start to love yourself. Then you just have to pick and choose who do you actually want to go out with again. That's what happens, I'm telling you. But it doesn't happen when you're not honoring yourself, and it doesn't happen when you're not loving yourself. Okay? So, yeah. And people will find you. I swear. It's like, you don't even have to do online dating or anything like that. I'm telling you, you guys, people will find you. You are almost putting off a vibration that is, well, it's desirable. One thing, it's magnetic because you are a person who loves yourself. And it does nothing to do with the way you look. On some level, it's like you could look exactly the same, but everything shifts because you shifted. Like, you realize that you're the prize. And hopefully one of the men that you date will know that they're also the prize, and that you're not there to pour into each other, but you're there as two separate cups, right? That are completely full. Not looking for validation, not looking for anything, but to enjoy the present moment with the person, see what happens, period. You may not even ever want to have a committed relationship again, and that's completely fine. Honestly, like, I'm kind of there. I don't know. We'll see. And someone have to really, really surprise me in a big way, because otherwise I'm quite content. That's how it works. But I wasn't always this way. I was constantly giving my power away, constantly acquiescing to unhealthy others who literally, either consciously or subconsciously, were there to simply siphon energy off of me. And that was not healthy. And that, again, might have been a pattern that you played out in your childhood and you just repeated it in your adult years. So if that's you, what do? We pull our energy back from all those people, siphon it through a filter of love. So anything you've given away that was not supposed to be given away, you pull that stuff back. Don't worry about depleting people. They'll create their own energy. But if anyone's stealing your energy, you siphon it back. You cut cords with all those people who've done you wrong, and then you start to love yourself. So all the energy that you generate is not going out to all these people, family, everyone that just kept siphoning off of you. You stop that outflow, and then you pour it into yourself. It's really magnetic and it's, forget about the magnetism. It's the right thing to do, because you need to love yourself. You are the only person who can love yourself for the rest of your life, other than God, source, all that is, angels, Eckmasters, etc. You are the only one who will be with you your entire life. You're the most important person to you, other than your children. So you have to love yourself. Give to yourself. There are literally some people who literally plot and scheme, like, I'm not even making this up, and I know some of you know this the hard way, plot and scheme on how to siphon energy off of people unknowingly. I mean that. They exist. They're energy vampires, and they do this. They're malicious. They don't care about draining their victim whatsoever. And once the victim is drained, they move on to the next prey. They move on to the next person to drain. And once that person's energy, the vivacity, and all the joy and love that was there in the beginning starts to dwindle, they get bored and they find a new source of energy, because they are not able to self-sustain. They're pathetic. They are pathetic, and they need to start loving themselves, because this source of supply will end up dwindling when they're no longer as handsome or beautiful, right, as they once were. So they can't attract people as well just from their physical beauty. They ain't going to have nothing left, and they're going to have to learn how to love themselves, which is a tall order for many, let alone a vampire. I mean, just saying. So if you're the energy vampire watching this, you have a limited amount of time that this scam and scheme will continue to work for you. And I'm sure you know that. You probably don't like to look in the mirror and see what you currently see because it's ugly. Because ugly things create ugly people. When you do ugly things, you become ugly. And so you could actually be defined as physically ugly and be beautiful, okay? Because of your love that shines out of you. But an energy vampire has no love. They have self-hatred. So be the opposite of those energy vampires and fill yourself with love. The only difference is that this time, you're not going to let it get siphoned off of you by unhealthy others who will simply suck your energy and life force away and just leave you. And so you have to love yourself. And that way your options get wider and you love yourself more and more to the point that honestly, it doesn't even like whatever. You don't care if you have a relationship, you're quite content and you're just so happy in your life and have so many other things happening that if love happened to come up behind you and tap you on the shoulder, you might be like, oh, well, okay, let's see, but it's not like you're looking in any way, shape, or form, right? And that is a really healthy place to be when you just don't care either way and you have options and you go on dates and you, again, remember any red flags this time around, cause for dismissal. Bye. Goodbye. Do not waste your time. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Literally thank them and say, I'm sorry, that's not going to work. Period. Like the next time they ask you out, don't go. Okay? Be smart this time. You will save yourself so much heartache and just build on yourself. Build yourself up. Love yourself. You have the greatest love of all inside of you. It's true. Thank you, Whitney Houston, or whoever wrote that. Keep on loving you. And the rest will fall into place in beautiful ways, unexpected ways. Okay? Hope that helps. I love you guys. Love yourselves. That's really where the work and the juice and the joy is.